Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the journey of raising your inner awareness to understand yourself, to cultivate your inner peace. And today's day 7, as I remember, day 7. And yesterday we have explored about the root cause formula of human life, of life. Let's review a little bit before we get into the new lesson today. Mm, so let me share the screen so that we can start it. Okay, so yesterday we have explored this formula, the formula of the root cause formula of life from scientific perspective. Um, the experts have shared with us that uh, our mental images are decides represents for decides our belief, which means that our belief represents our mental images, and it decides what we choose, decides our choice, and give us the respective results, the current results. So we want to, if we want to have different results or desire outcome, we need to start from the mental images, and we need to manage our what we hear, what we see, and change what we know and what we say. When we manage what we hear, what we see, we also change our what we know already. And when our knowing different, uh, our knowledge different, what we know is changing. So what we say is from what we know. So it's also changed. And remember that everything has the empty nature. So it can be anything. Oh, and we ourselves also have the empty nature. So we can be anyone as we want. If we think we are somebody, so we cannot be anyone anymore because we attach ourselves to that image, to that person, to that identity. And when we understand that, when we sense that everything has the empty nature, all cards have the empty nature. So we can be anyone we want. We can have anything we want. Just go back to everything starts from the result of the seeds of mental images in our minds. So that's what we have this explored yesterday. What we explored yesterday. There are four. There are four key points that we need to remember. That everything starts from the result and the choice. From the choice here, that we know that to have the result, the current result, it comes from the series of choice that we made, and because of that, we know that the root cause of our lives from within, from us, not from anyone else, but not from the outer words, it's from the inner words. So because of that awareness, we understand that we are the ones who need to take the ownership and the full responsibility for our life, for the result that we have. Since then, we are able to have the right to master our life, or else we put our life on other people's hand. So that's the first point that we need to remember from this formula, the root cause formula of life. The second key point that we need to remember that what we believe decides our choice and give us the respective result. So if we want to change our life, we need to change our belief. And everybody has their own belief. Nobody has no belief. One has a particular belief, and that belief decides our choice, decides our result. And when the inner belief is contradicting to the consciousness desire, the former one always wins. The inner belief always wins. So that we need to have the belief that aligns with the desired result, with our desired result. To be able to change or uh, to revive our belief, we need to start from our mental images. The third point that we need to remember about this formula, that is the mental images. Mental images. And when we change our mental images, we change our life. When we change in mental images, change in life. Clarify mental images is the result. Everything starts from the result of the seed of mental images. And the last point, that how do we change our mental images to be aligned with our desired result? We need to manage what we hear, what we see, and change what we know and what we say. So that's all about the lesson yesterday. And with that brief review, we have just um, got our lessons, our insight and enlightenment. So we start every day, every section with um, the questions: what's your lesson today? What's your insight today? What's your enlightenment today? So we all know that the benefits, this the principle of brain activation could give us, right? Is help us to activate the human brain, which can see the possibility in life, which can see, the positivity in life, can see the bright um, in the darkness, can see light, can see opportunities in hardship, in difficulties, can see the better future. So, all right. So let's take a few minutes to reflect on our lives, maybe today's on our experience. today's experience or recently, so that we can have some lessons, we can get some insight, or we have an enlightenment or a long-standing inquiry. Just take a few minutes. I'll give you 3 minutes, okay, before we get into the new lesson today. Hello, Bao Ying. Thank you for being here. I'm giving some time for everyone to have to reflect on your experience today or recently, to invert some lessons or have an insight or have an enlightenment for your long-standing inquiry. So in 1 minute, we will start. We'll get into the new lesson today, um, which can give us another perspective about human life, the root cause of human life. Hello, teacher Hunmai. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, so all right, let's move to another viewpoints on human life. So yesterday we have a view on human life from scientific perspective, and we borrow the knowledge, uh, root cause, root cause formula, the root cause formula of life. And we have the conclusion that mental images is the root cause of human life from scientific perspective. And today we'll get to know the root cause of human life from religions or faith, a religious perspective. And we will borrow a knowledge named human structure. Human structure. And this knowledge we borrow from Buddhism because as of now, only Buddhism has the full clarification about human structures. So let's see. Okay? Let's discover it together. And before we get into human structure, there is one concept that I would like to discuss with everyone, which is the truth. Okay, the truth thing is need to be bigger. The truth. There is a concept which is the truth. The truth. So what is the truth? So in this sections, I think I need collaboration from everyone. If you know the answer, you can put it on the chat box, or you can turn on the mic, or yeah, and on live. If you have any answer, just put it in the comments so that everybody can see that. Um, well, I could ask some questions so that we can understand the lesson today's better. The first concept that we need to discuss is the truth. What's the truth? What's the truth? What's the truth? So the wise man have shared with us that the truth is something that never changing and everlasting, never changing and everlasting over time and space, over time and space. The truth is simply understood as the truth is simply understood as something that never changing and everlasting over time and space. Hello, Nana. Thank you for being here with us. Never changing, ever everlasting. The truth is simply understood as something that never changing and everlasting over time and space. Over time and space. That is the truth according to the wise men who have shared this concept to us. Okay? And the reason, the reason why people are not happy with their life or feel in uncertainty, insecurity is based on this concept. Um, with the definition of the truth that I just shared, that I just mentioned, what do you think about everything around us? Do these are the truth? Is there anything that have the nature as the truth, which I just share with everyone? If the truth is something that's never changing, everlasting over time and space, so is there anything in this world that's never changing and everlasting? Is there anything in this world that's never changing and everlasting over time and space? Think of it. If uh, if we have a new house, so how long do you think that you can last your joy, your happiness when you have a new house? It could be years, right? Because most of the biggest dream of somebody could be a house, could be to have the ownership of a house. So it could last for years. Their joy could last for years when they have a new house. And how about car or any material conditions? When we have new cars, when we have new outfits, clothes, so it could last. At first, we could happy when we have it, but couldn't last for forever, right? Just last for few days, few weeks, a few months, and a few years. So that's why it's not the truth. And even our body, our appearance, our body is changed over time since we was born until now. Our appearance change, health change, beauties change, and the reason why people is not happy with their life because they hold on the thing that is not the truth, that changes over time and space, changes changing all the time. When we are healthy, we're happy and we are content with that state. But when we're not healthy, we feel sad about that. When we have a lot of things in our life like money, materials, friends, people around us, we're happy. And we lose something, or we just have the unharmonious relationship. Somebody just leave our life, and then we feel sad, insecure about that city in that situation. And because we hold on the things that change all the time, so that's why people feel that's hard to last their happiness, the true happiness. Feel that feel this hard to have or to earn the true happiness. So let me tell you a story that I heard from my teachers, that once upon a time, um, when humans and demons live happily, harmoniously together, and one day they have argument and they start fighting. Finally, humans win, and they want to cast the demons away from the land that both kites are living. And before leaving that land, demons want to take revenge. So they gather together and they discuss about the revenge plan. And they know that happiness is a thing that is the ultimate goal of humans, of people. So they want to hide the thing that make humans happy, and they want to hide it. They want to find somewhere to hide it so that the human cannot find where it is, so that they lose the happiness forever. And the first demon said, I think we can hide in a very deep place in the oceans, very deep in the ocean, in the deepest spot in the ocean, so that the human cannot find it. It was rejected by another demon, and he said, no, no matter how deep it is, humans can't find it. They are very smart. How about we hide it in deep in the forest? And it was rejected also by another demon. He stepped out and said, no matter how deep it is in the forest, in the jungle, human also can find it. They are very smart. How about we hide in the highest peak in the world, the highest mountain, the top of the highest mountain? And it was rejected as well, because our demons believe that human is very smart. No matter how deep, how high it is, humans can find it. And the lead of demon tribes, he was listening to the conversations between demons, and then now he spoke up. He said, how about we hide in inside, deep inside of every human being. So anyone who find the happiness outside, who seek for happiness outside, couldn't find it. And people have the tendency to seek the happiness outside. Since then, all the demons thinks is really a good idea, and it makes sense. so that they hide the happiness, the thing that have that cause the happiness of humans deep inside everyone, every human. And that is the story. Um, is a funny. It could be a funny story, but it gave us a message, a message that the wise men have given to us. That inside every one of us has the thing that could produce our true happiness, our inner peace, and where to find it and how it works. So that's why we need to know about the human structure. We need to know about human structure. And the thing that we are talking about would would generate the true happiness of humans is the truth. So there's the truth within us. So let's see where it is inside our human structure. So we need to draw human structure down so that we can see where's the truth and how it works. So if it's convenient for you and you have paper with you and you also have pen or markers, anything that can help you draw human structures, please try it with me. So I'll guide you how to draw the human structure. This knowledge we borrow from religions, especially, and to be exact, is from Buddhism, but it's not about religions. We just know that knowledge in Buddhism about the human structure, and we just borrow it. Okay. So in the middle of the paper, the page, okay, write down. You can use the yellow color. Write down bead, bead. Okay, it's because it's yellow, so I guess it's a little bit hard to see. So bead, okay, and above being, you can use our pink color is hearing, hearing, hearing. On the right side, on the right side of being is seeing. Okay, see, see it. On below beings is beneath being is saying, and on the left side of being is knowing. Okay. Knowing. This is knowing. And graph uh, surround the being with hearing, seeing, saying, knowing is an area which you can use yellow color to draw. An area of, I call it halo energy. Halo energy. Because it's from Vietnamese and I tried to translate it in English. So I would clarify it, define it later. What is it for each concept here? So as of now, we just draw it first, and then I will explain about it later. So in the middle, we have beings surrounded with hearing, seeing, saying, knowing, and the halo energy. These areas is covered by an energy called halo energy. And now we can use the orange marker, and the next layer. This is the core. Inside is the core of human structure, and the next layer is human nature, human nature, human nature layer, and it has three three lines like uh three zones. We can call that. And the first one, which is has the this is nearest to the halo energy, the quartz, is res above the core is receiving. We call it receiving nature. There are 16 natures. There are 16 natures of human nature, and above the core, the first nature of human nature is receiving, receiving nature. And on the right side is perception. Perception. Perception nature. And beneath the core is expression nature. And on the left side is consciousness nature. Let me draw. It's con- consciousness, consciousness nature. Okay, and we use hyphens to connect these nature together. And the second layers of our human natures, we can use green marker. We have wealth, beauty, fame, appetite, appetite, and rest, appetite, nature, and resting nature. We also use okay hyphen to connect these natures. That is the second line of human natures. And the third line of human nature, we can use mm, blue colors. We have desire, natures, anger, natures, ignorance, ignorance, nature. Let me check. Right, right. Nature, doubt, nature, and view, nature. And before view, we have evil, evil nature. So let's use hyphen to connect these nature together. Okay. Hello, teacher Tanpu. Thank you for
Hello,
your
teachers.
presence. Okay, that's the third lines of human natures. And surrounding these layers, these human layers and human nature layers, is electromagnetic energy. We call it electromagnetics of yin and yang. So because it has yin and it has yang, means that it has positive charge and negative charge. So we use two colors represents for positive and negative charge. Uh, use red color. So we draw a circle, the curly circles around human nature's layer violet and dark blue, navy color. Okay, so outside of the human nature layers, we have another layer with full of the bubble. We call this illusionary bubbles. So we can use the gray color, sorry, brown color to draw this illusionary bubbles layer. So we call this A 84,000 illusionary bubbles layers. 84,000 illusionary bubbles. And outside of this layer is human's body. And we call this four elements. Four elements body. We can use violet colors to draw this layer. And beneath beneath these are human structures and also belong to this four element body. We have four elements which are earth, earth, water, air, and fire. We also connect the above part to below part. Connect four element body to earth, water, air, and fire by hyphens. Okay. And surrounding these human structures, human body. We also have another electromagnetic energy of yin and yang. And we also use two color, which are reds and navy, dark blue, to represent for negative and positive charge of this energy. Hello, Dijang Jang. Thank you for
Hello,
being here with us.
beautiful song.
Thank you for being here with us. Okay, so this is human structures when we write out. There are four layers when we talk about the human structures, and the innermost uh, within the human structures, we call it the core. We call it the core, and which has a being, has the beings surrounded by the hearing nature, seeing nature, saying nature, and knowing nature. And they are covered by an energy, and I temporarily call it holy halo energy. Halo energies. Halo energies is the energy that has no positive and negative charge. And is wrapped this core, this layer. And outside of the core layer, outside of the core layers is the human nature layers, which has 16 natures. Receiving the first life is receiving nature, perception, nature, expression, nature, and consciousness, nature. We will explain about these natures later. I think maybe tomorrow. We don't have much time today. But in the upcoming days, we will explain each natures, what it is. Okay. And outside of the first line of human natures, we have wealth nature, beauty nature, fame nature, appetite nature, resting nature. And the third light of our human nature is we have desire nature, anger nature, ignorance nature, pride nature, doubt nature, evil nature, and view nature. So we have in total 16 natures of human nature: receiving, perception, expression, consciousness, wealth, beauty, fame, appetites, resting, desire, anger, ignorance, pride, doubt, evil, and view. So these 16 human natures is placed in the human nature layer. And that is the second layer of human structure. And the third one, the outside of human natures, is the layer of 84,000 illusionary bubbles. So we see the bubbles, illusionary bubble outside of human nature. And in Buddhism, they call it 84,000 illusionary bubbles. That is the third layer of human structure. And the last one, the fourth, we call it four-element body. Four-element body. In Buddhism, they call it four-element body, which contains elements of earth, water, air, and fire. And outside of our body, there is an electromagnetic energy of yin and yang. We call it yin and yang. We call it yin and yang because it have positive and negative charges. So this is the human structure according to Buddhism. This is human structure according Buddhism. So now let's get to know how we call each layers of human structures by uh, from science and religions, which exactly is Buddhism and the local name. So we have so we have the local name, okay, call this, and we have we call this from perspective of science, from the view of science, and from the view of Buddhism. Buddhism. So the first layer, the innermost one, uh, we have a local names is the core. The core. The core. And the the second one we call is nature layer. And the third one, we call it filling layer. And the fourth, the last one, we call it body, body. And according to science, it's called the core, they call it the truth, the truth layer. So now we know where is the truth. Where is the truth? The second layer, they call it character. Character. And the third one, they call it emotion. And the body, they call it human body. In Buddhism, the core, they call this they call it Buddha nature. And the nature layer, they call it 16 human nature. And the feeling layer, they call it 84,000 illusionary bubbles. And the body, they call it four element body. Four element body. So this is how uh, Buddhism, science, and the local people call the layers of human structures. So now let's see how we address the, the layers of human structures to help us have good image, or we can imagine, or we can remember the human structure better. If we call the innermost layer of human structure is the core, it's the core. So it's still vaguer to many people. What's the core? What's there? And if we call it Buddha nature, if we call it Buddha nature, so those people who don't follow Buddhism, they could reject that because they don't their religion is not Buddhism. Mm. So they don't believe in Buddha or the gods in Buddhism. So if we call it Buddha nature, it's just for the group of people who follow Buddhism. So it's better to say it. That's the truth. So we get the truth. So be better for everyone to address this later. we use the truth. The second layer, the nature layer. In science, they call this characters. In Buddhism, they call this 16 human natures. So nature characters is still not simple and easy to remember uh, compared to 16 human natures. When we say that the second layer of human structures is 16 human natures, and we know that in that layer there are 16 human natures, and we remember about 16 human natures, which is receiving, perception, expression, consciousness, wealth, beauty, fame, appetite, resting, anger, desire, anger, ignorance, uh, pride, doubt, evil, and view. So we have 16 human natures. So for the second layer, we call this 16 human natures. And the third one, um, to make it simple, we can call it feeling, feeling layer. There are a lot of emotions, and illusionary bubbles is it's not clear to many people. Just to make it simple, just call it feeling. And the last one, body, human body uh, is not clear or visible. It's better than four element body, four element body. So when we talk about four element body, we remember that there are four elements of our body in our body, which are means earth means let's put it down. So we have earth, which is nutrients, element, water, water, which is body, water in our body, and air, the air in our body, and the last one is fire, the warmness, or the heat in our body. So we remember four elements in the body. So these are the name of layers in our human structure, in the human structures. We can use this to address human structures. Human structures includes has four four layers. The innermost layer is the truth, and next to the truth, outside of the truth, is 16 human natures layer, and outside of 16 human natures layer, we have feeling layer, and outside of feeling layer, we have four element body layer. So we have four layers when we talk about um, human structures. So now we know uh, where is the truth, right? We have a question that when we mentioned about in the beginning, we mentioned about our concept, which is the truth, which is simply understood as a thing that never changing, everlasting, over time and space. And now we know where it is. And the next step that we need to know how it works and how it generate our inner peace, generate our true happiness. Uh, So we'll get into it tomorrow. Is We run out of time, and it's a time to wrap up the section today. And before we wrap up, if anyone want to share some things, your lessons, your insights or enlightenment or anything about this section or anything that you have today's your experience today, uh, please do it. I'm more than happy to hear your voice, and then we can start to explore about the human structure tomorrow.
Rachel, Rachel, I have a questions. So
Yes.
the true, if we look up definition um, in Google, the true is a fact, and we know that it's just in the way you choose the word, the truth, to represent the the core, the inner layer, the inner layer.
Yes.
So is a noun and is said that if you look it up on Google, is the quality of being true or fact. But we know it's for sure that everything around us is a fact. So anything that science has been proven, anything we see and we think that we can judge, they are fact. But so they are facts, they are true. How can we differentiate that truth with the core, the inner truth that you're talking about?
Yeah. Thank you for your questions. From my point of view, that uh, when we when we ask somebody what's the truth, so they could have their answer, so they could give, or we could have a lot of response from people when we talk about the truth. And I also have definitions about the truth before I learned about human structures, before our masters share about the definition of the truth here. So we are just talking about the definition of the truth in human structure. So that's why it can be a new idea or new concept to many people. So that's why we need to give the definitions about the truth in human structures uh, to, to those who are listen to the or want to know about the human structures. So that's why, since I understand about the truth, what we are talking about here, so we just get that idea and we explain it. Because in each, I think in each area, in each fields, they could have a concept, and those concept in different area, in different industry, they could have the same terms but different definitions. So in our inner, like in our this field, inner self or inner beings, we have one concept and we call it the truth. So I just translate the truth, and then while is sharing this knowledge, and I gave a definition about the truth here, so that the people who are following could understand or know, follow up with the idea that I'm sharing the truth about the truth.
Maybe we should choose another word because the truth is already have definition. It is so it's like math, like in science. You have the definition of number one, the definition of plus, adding, minus. So with the true is in vocabulary wise, it's already have definition itself. Okay.
Mm.
So when we talk about the human uh, and it is the human structure. Should we choose another word so people don't get confused with the definition already has been defined?
So what is the term you want to use here?
I mean, just sharing. So you choose the word that is more suitable. But I'm just put it out there because there are already definitions and everyone know that definition. It's just one definition for the true. And if everyone, if we look up on vocabulary, look up on the definition, is already has been defined. So if it's already has been defined and we try to give another definition, um, it doesn't fit with logic unless we reword it with material and space. We give another definition because it is on perception. Whereas the true is a word that people have defined it, and space and material wise is in perception. So perception is can be perceived in different way. Okay, with the true, it cannot be perceived in any other ways apart from the definition is already been defined.
Um, for this word, the truth.
And I just put it out there in terms of choosing the word for clarity.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I got it. I got it. I
thank you.
appreciate that. Appreciate that, because we are on the journey to share this knowledge, and I also want to find the most suitable words to deliver the message better. So we need to discuss over these subjects and about regarding the truth, the term the truth that I use is also come from I knew about this word before I know about our WIT community. When I attended another, like I participated in meditation community. Here in the Philippines, they have a very quite big meditation community, and they talk about the truth, and they have the quite similar definition with uh, so young talk the truth that we are talking about in inner self or inner being. So they said that the truth, because the ones who developed that meditation method, he researched and in many religions, and he found out that every religion talk about one thing. It's about the Buddha, nature, about some other gods, but he found out that there's only one, like they are talking about one thing, and he called it the truth. And he said he defined the truth is the things that never changing, everlasting. So that's why I also use his definition about the truth here. So I just add that the truth is something that's never changing, everlasting, over time and space, like we said in Sejong Couple. So that's why I use the truth, because they have the concept about the truth out there. Yeah. Or yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up. Um, I'm also change all the time about the terms that I use for it in this field, and I have learned a lot from teacher Eng Jang, from teacher Frank. Many words that I have changed when I learned from your course. Thank you so much, and I think it could be changed over times, and we are trying to deliver the same message and try to deliver it effortlessly and seamlessly to other people to get what we mean. Thank you so much for your presence and contribution. So, any do you want to share something else, or anyone I want to share before we say goodbye today? So if no one want to share anything, I think it's the time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone, for your presence, for your support, for your contribution, and for your love. Uh, I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so grateful for the knowledge that I have learned from my master, from my teachers to share with everyone. And see you tomorrow if you are available. And I will stop the live on Facebook. Bye, everyone. Bye,
Thanks
teacher
for
and
sharing.
Jane.
See you
Thank,
tomorrow. Thanks for sharing.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
teachers.
you, teacher
Bye.
Thank you, teacher Hun Mai. I'll end Zoom here.